What's up, everybody? Today in this video I'm going to go over how to lacrosse roll your shoulder and your scapular region, which is basically in the front of your shoulder here and shoulder, and then also on your shoulder blade that moves your arms forward and backward. So we're going to focus on the muscles in the chest, the rotator cuff, and the deltoids in this video. We're going to start with the anterior deltoid. We're going to put the ball on the wall, and we're just going to lean into that ball with the front of the shoulder. And we're going to go side to side, and you're going to feel that small muscle right there that you're pressing into. It's going to lead into the chest. So this is your anterior deltoid, and then we're moving into the outside of the pec, or the pectoris major. Okay, so we're pushing from the anterior or the front of the shoulder to the outside of the chest. And we're going to go roll side to side. And then if we find an area that is a little bit tense, or it gives us a little bit of an electrocution feeling, you may want to go in and around that area in a circle, or you can press on that area and hold. So that's the way I would get the front of my shoulder. So that would be the front anterior deltoid. Now getting the back of the shoulder, I'm going to put the ball same place on the wall, and then I'm going to target the back of my shoulder here. I'm going to tee out my arm. I'm going to roll the posterior deltoid. Okay, I'll give you a view like that. Gonna have my elbow bent either way. So working on the back of the deltoid here, and then leading into the scap region. Okay, so you're gonna go across into the scap and onto your posterior deltoid, or the back of your shoulder. So getting the posterior deltoid right back there, and then we're pushing slightly into the scap muscles, or on top of the scap. Okay, so now to get the medial deltoid, we're just going to go side to the wall. I'm just going to go side to side right on the outside of that shoulder. So this is more medial deltoid. I'm going from front deltoid to back, or posterior deltoid. So going all the way across from front to back right into the side deltoid. Okay, I can go a little bit lower into the long head of the, the lateral head of the tricep, and then also the long head, and then all the way to the medial head of the tricep at the end, right there. I can go internal rotation to the tricep to external rotation to this tricep. So going across the tricep. And now I should feel a little bit looser in that arm and shoulder. I'm going to move to the scapula. So I'm going to place the ball right where my scap is, and then I'm going to protract the scapula, so I'm going to push away, so it's going to round that upper back, and then I'm going to go side to side from the rhomboid to the scapula. So I'm going to be pushing into the rhomboid major, which is the muscle right next to the spine. Outside of that is your trap, so you're also pressing in your trap muscle. So trap, rhomboid, and then you're going into your scap, so you're getting your supraspinatus, which is on the top of the scapula, outlines that top ridge. And then if you go in the middle of the scapula, we're really going for the subscapularis, or sorry, the teres minor and the infraspinatus. And then we're also on the outside getting the teres major. That's going to be a little bit lower above the lat and on top of the lat. That would be your teres major. So you can get all those muscles in your scapula area, lat area. You have a subscapularis, which you can't really get with a roller. So that's how I get the posterior shoulder and scap region, as well as the rhomboid. That's going to really help my shoulder feel a little bit better. So giving you an example on the left side, starting with the front deltoid, side deltoid, post deltoid, and then I go into the scap region. Yep, and into the rhomboids and traps. So the rhomboids right there next to the spine, in between the spine and the scapula, and I'm protracting my arm to give myself a little bit of opening so I can press into those muscles. So I'm lengthening those muscles when I reach out, and then I shorten them when I do that, so I can, there's more muscle to roll when it's lengthened, and go up and down from basically the lower area of my neck to my mid upper back, right next to the scap. Sometimes I can go into my trap here if I just side bend. I'll show you what that looks like on this side. So getting my trap here. Now, if you're a newbie at this, you're probably going to drop the lacrosse ball 10 times your first time. It's going to be really hard to do this. So it honestly might not even be worth it. But if you're going to do it lifelong, then this is something that you should learn how to do. Basically, imagine someone pushing into all your knots in your upper back and shoulders and neck. Imagine someone pushing into that area for you. Now, if you're a professional athlete or just anyone that likes their muscles being pushed into, then you're going to benefit from this, because it's going to be, one, something that you like to do that's beneficial for the body. And if you don't need to pay a masseuse or someone to push into your back for you because you can do it yourself, this is the next best option. This left side of my back is just, it's just brutal. Gosh. Woo. Right in between the scap and spine, on the upper ridge, you might hear some popping or moving. That's just you going over that muscle. That's the trap muscle there. And then you can push into the ridge of the, you're basically sandwiching the ball between the muscle and the bone. That's what's really causing that, I guess you could say, compression of the muscle. All right, so I already feel a lot better with my shoulders. Now, I still do have a little bit of shoulder pain with external rotation, not as much as internal rotation. But what I can do next is get into a W position here and start pressing my arms into the wall, activating those external rotators, but also stretching out the chest. So think of it as a isometric contraction against the wall for about 5 to 10 seconds. And then relax. And we're going to internally rotate, push into the wall. About 5 to 10 seconds. And then relax. And then we're going to tee it out. Push, 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 push. and then relax. Then I'm gonna go for some scap cars. So move the scaps around, back, down, forward, up, back, down, and then back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down. Then we're gonna go with some shoulder rotation. So we're gonna stand against the wall, reach up, try not to touch the wall as you reach back of the hand next to the body, and then reverse it. You're trying not to touch the wall and not rotate. So if you have to move away from the wall, that's gonna let you know how much range of motion you really have. So if you touch the wall, you gotta come back of the hand. You're trying to clear the wall. Okay. You can use the lacrosse ball for some irradiation. So squeeze that irradiation or squeeze that ball. And reach across the body, down, reach across the body up, as far up as possible with a straight elbow. Rotate, reach back, rotate, across the body and down. Okay, so those are some self-myofascial release techniques for the shoulders, scaps, and back, as well as some shoulder articular rotations and scapular articular rotations. As far as stretches that you can perform, we did the external rotation, we did the internal rotation, we did the T. You can also go with an I here, thumb up, head through the shoulder, just like that. You can also do our elbow stretch, tricep up the wall, reach for your mid back. Breathe into that. Okay. Shake it out a little bit. Your shoulders, neck should feel a little bit looser. All right, so that's how I would kind of start with the shoulders if I'm doing chest, and which is what we are doing today. So.